Started, my condolences to the people that may have lost their lives in this incident. Good evening to you all, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world today. Okay, so I guess it's just one of those weeks, but I was told to speak on this too as well. Before I even researched anything about this story, I was feeling something in my spirit that just didn't feel right. This whole story just don't sit right in my spirit at all. It's something quite wrong with it. So what happened is that I started to do some research on it. I will show you guys some pieces of that in just a moment. And then I started to do, be obedient and do what God told me to do, as far as seeing who's behind this, as far as spiritually, and what is actually going on. Now, it was said that the Titanic sunk in April of 14th through the 15th in like 1912 or something like that. 1912. You can look it up and find out for sure. And even with that, is some discrepancies within that story that I found. I may not speak about it on here, but I do not trust that either at all. I mean, these people lie so much about some of everything. People still are confused as to how the ship even sunk in the first place. I remember that being a big question, and then they said that it hit an iceberg. But it's just something that just don't fit well with my spirit with that. I feel like it was due to something else that they won't tell us about. They made a whole movie about this, so they definitely profited. They profited well off of this horrific incident. But when I added up, guys, I'm not going to show y'all on paper, but when I added up and did the numbers on this, because the Bible does tell us to do this, y'all. We have to be wise. I added up the Titanic and reduced the numbers, and it added up to 63, which is 3 sixes. And of course, if you do 6 plus 3, that equals to 9. And if you flip the 9, that's a 6. So either way, it's still 666, y'all. 3 sixes. And then when I looked up the name of the ship is Oceangate Titan. Oceangate Titan. That's what I've seen on the side of the ship. And it adds up and reduces to 63 as well. That is not no coincidence, y'all. Y'all know that's the mark of the beast. That lets me know that the enemy is behind this type of thing. This is the type of thing, y'all, that everybody should know how to do, so they won't be so easily tricked whenever these people come out with more tragedies, which they will. Also, be very watchful for anything with the word gate in it. Anything with the word gate. They have Lionsgate, they got Pizzagate, they have this type of gate, this oceangate, and it's another gate, Watergate. It's a Watergate as well. Look out for that too. Mention Watergate on the series Stranger Things. It's on Stranger Things. I think it's in season 4 where they mention it. And it's crazy that the word pizza, it reduces to 33, and so does the word gate. And if you don't know, if you know, you know now. I'm not gonna say too much in this video. But if you add both 33s up, what does that equal? 66. They even have one called the Cyclops, I believe. And what is a Cyclops? A Cyclops is a member of a race of savage one-eyed giants. And I'm thinking, are you thinking what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Nephilim. That's what I'm thinking. They said that this was a catastrophic implosion. Catastrophic is involving or causing sudden great damage or suffering. Then it has extreme, unfortunate, or unsuccessful catastrophic mismanagement of the economy. An implosion is an instance of something collapsing violently inward, or a sudden failure or collapse of an organization or system.
Tons pressing against them. A 2009 Mythbusters episode demonstrated what happens to a human body subjected to deep-sea diving pressure high enough to cause an implosion. The experiment saw a human-shaped dummy made of pig parts with bones, muscle, fat, skin, and midsection of guts stuffed into a deep-sea diving suit. What results is a popping, spurting mass of red flooding the diving helmet as the dummy suit is depressurized.
That is absolutely confirmed, no doubt about it.
Needless to say, no one could survive such pressure, and that dummy was only 300 feet deep. The Titan was at more than 40 times that depth. Blair Thornton, a professor of marine autonomy at the University of Southampton, told NBC News that it wouldn't take some large visible crack to make a submersible implode at the depths of the Titanic. It would only take minuscule or even microscopic defects. the air inside would compress down to a point, and the forces of the water rushing in and the collapse would be enormous. He added that it would be as if the crew winked away in the blink of an eyelid. That means those on board likely didn't even know what happened, nor did they suffer. Such statements, however, are unlikely to provide comfort to the victims' loved ones.
With the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber.
According to The Hill, the debris will not be recovered and carried up to the surface. What's left of the Titan will rest forever a short distance away from the ship that the explorers died to see.
This is the article, just in case anybody wants to read this, involving the Titan submersible. It's from the New York Times. And even look at the ship. The eye. It looks like the all-seeing eye is in the front of the ship. Y'all see that? Look like that's the all-seeing eye to me. Look up the Greek word of Titan. It signifies white earth clay or gypsum, and that the Titans were white clay men or men covered by white clay or gypsum dust in their rituals.
From a family member who lost both her son and her husband on the Titan submersible. It imploded on its way down to the wreck, and all 5 people on board are presumed dead. An exclusive conversation with our partners at the BBC, Christine Dawood, said the dive had been a big adventure for her entire family.
I was really happy for them because both of them, they really wanted to do that for a very long time. So it was supposed to be Shahzad and I going down. But then I stepped back and gave the space to Suleiman because he really wanted to go.
The other victims include another paying guest, a renowned Titanic expert, and the submersible's owner. The U.S. Coast Guard and Canada's Transportation Safety Board are now investigating the cause of the accident.
It was even said that they were paying like $250,000, and somebody paid, I think, $150,000 just to go down to the Titanic and see the wreckage. So, y'all, to me, that don't even make sense. But, hey, tell me what you guys think, okay? And I'll talk to y'all later. I love y'all. Bye.